but we don't.
A foot of snow already?
No, we should have, I say.
I know, already? It's only, oh yeah, it's November. It should be coming down now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I miss moving to Oklahoma is, you know, the lack of snow.
So I picked up another one of those totem poles today, Zeke.
I need to go through the roll I've got at home because I think I've got one in my flip book, and I think I have another one in the roll, and then I've got the one I picked up yesterday. I just picked up another goose and a Balboa, a 1947 Balboa.
Nice.
I'm pretty stoked about that. So, and a couple of little 1 ounce bars that I've never heard of the company before. They're tiny, but they weighed out. I mean, they're an ounce, but they're really, really tiny. And the brand name on them, they got to be vintage bars. The brand name is XAG.
Oh yeah, nice.
But they're the smallest 1 ounce bars I've ever seen. They look like they were extruded.
Huh.
So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. So yeah, it's hard to go to work and then, you know, right next to me is a you know, like when you go to the hardware store, they've got that container with all the dividers for screws and bolts and nuts. And right next to my desk is the divider with all the 50% silver coins, 72% silver coins, 75, 80, 90, 92.5. And one of my jobs is when people come in and sell them, you know, I have to sort them by purity. I look them up on Enumista and sort them. So that makes it tough on me because every time I go in, there's something I want to go home with.
I know the feeling. Every time I go in, I picked up that coin for Frank today. I picked myself one up, a 1936 George V.
Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. You'll see the video later today. I just didn't have time to upload it before this.
Very cool. Very, very cool. I'm really digging the world coins. I don't know that I could afford to, you know, if I had to just buy them outright, like off eBay and whatnot, I don't know that I could do that for very long.
Yeah,
but
no, that's right in mind.
Yeah, working for them doesn't bother me as much because it's my day off from my real job, so it's not like I'd just be sitting around the house twiddling my thumbs. So I might as well go to this other shop and have them send me home with some goodies.
That always works.
So,
what were you just showing us there, Ikeo?
It was something from Silver Stackers. One of the guys uploaded it to my app. He's selling an XAG bar.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I missed it.
It was a nice looking little thing.
Yeah,
they're
just,
tiny. The ones I got are tiny.
So what?
The XAG bars that I got are tiny. They're probably an inch long by maybe 3/4 of an inch wide, but they're about a 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, this one is a 1 troy ounce.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it have the circular stamp on the face of it and it's blank on the back?
This one, yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I picked up 2 of those today. So I'm gonna have to research XAG. I don't know what. Yeah, exactly like that. That's exactly what I got. I got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Yep. The sides have the scrape marks on it where you can see it's been cut when they extruded it.
Yep. See, already the app is starting to gain international traction.
Oh man.
Hey, how did I do that?
Where was that from?
It's from one of the viewers in Australia.
Oh yeah, down under.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Zeke Siren says someone break it to him that they aren't vintage, they're imports.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, no, you know, I appreciate Mike breaking it to me because I couldn't think of a better person to burst my bubbles.
No, but it's still, just because it's not vintage doesn't mean it's not worth anything. It's like the ankle hard Australia. They're still worth a premium.
Oh, well, I just thought they were unique, so I was like, I'll throw those in the perma stack.
They are unique because they're imported.
They're not going to fit. So they're kind of like a Pop Suisse.
Well, I think in lower quantity. Like, you remember the little Engelhard Australia chiclets I got?
No. You're going to have to dig them out and show them in the chat.
I can't. They're in the box.
Oh.
I don't keep a lot on site. And which reminds me, there was Silver Siren had a link to an article where apparently someone kept their entire savings underneath their bed, and it got stolen in Minnesota.
That sucks.
Yeah. So a lot of people fear the government. I fear people more than I fear the government coming into my home.
The government's just people.
Yeah, right. But
the government gets away with a lot more because, you know, a crowd can get away with actions that individuals would never do. But you're right. There's some seriously deviant individuals who get away with a lot more.
Yeah. Or maybe, like Silver Siren saying, maybe she was an AppMax VIP customer who, if you are a conspiracy theorist and remember the whole Still Keeping One saga.
Oh, yeah. Didn't that happen a couple of years ago?
Well, if your name is on a list, it's on a list, right, with your address.
Amen to that. I know I'm on several lists. Probably not good ones.
I know I'm on a list. I have to be on a list.
When they give you that clearance when you're in the military and they give you that you get to a certain level, I'm pretty sure you're on a list for life.
Yep, I'm on a list. I have a certain level of clearance.
Yeah. They make it sound like a good thing.
Well, the higher up you go, the more of a pain in the pita it is.
Oh, I tell you what, when they have you write down everywhere you've ever lived, you think, oh, they're never really going to contact those people. That's just you know, a matter of course. No, they actually do contact some people.
Oh yeah, they're pretty thorough.
Like, this is insane.
So going back to that, no, I don't keep a lot of stuff. Like most of the stuff that you see on my channel, the reason why you've been seeing the same stuff or less is because I never keep it on site.
So you move it off site. So here's my. Originally, my stacking started out as a shit hits the fan. I'm of the mobile mindset. I'm not a bunker guy because I live in the city. I'm not, you know, the books that I've read and the school of thought that I subscribe to is, you know, I'm going to displace. I'm not going to hunker down. And so my only challenge with keeping my bartering stuff off site is my goal is to get as far and fast away from the city as possible should it hit the fan.
So you're talking two different scenarios. If you're talking SHTF, okay, then that's fine. But usually it takes a few days for it to break down.
If you're paying attention, you'll see it coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do keep on hand, I have some stuff for immediate purposes. It's always good to have some stuff available, right? So
Hi-Ho says you can go to his place, Zeke.
I'm on the way.
Oh, are we live now?
Yeah.
There's a
whole bunch of people on the other side.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. And of course, what's as good as gold are my IKEA cubes.
Well, yeah, those are internationally known. I mean, That's better than junk silver.
They'll be accepted in Russia, be it by Russian Silver Stacker or the Canadians.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, anywhere that you can get without having to fly or take a boat, you're good.
Or anywhere that YouTube is available.
Yeah, I mean, Mexico, Silverino, I'm sure he'd take care of you.
Just don't drink the Kool-Aid, says Steady Stacking Silver.
Yes. So for Steady Stacking Silver, I'll run to a news place and got some 90% for him.
Canadian Silver Saver is on the chat side, I believe.
That's part of that's part of the philosophy of stacking both American and Canadian junk.
Hey, that's not junk.
I know. I'd call it constitutional silver, but that doesn't apply to Canadian silver.
Hey, we have a constitution.
yeah, they have a constitution. That's exactly.
Canadians, boys.
No, but for depending on what you're keeping, like, well, for the most part, for the bulk of it, I don't keep a bunch of it around. And besides, I don't think even for you guys or for me, like, I'm not gonna carry 1,000 or 2,000. If we're silver slacker status, we're not gonna try.
Oh God, his stack is absolutely worthless in a having to displace scenario. I'm not saying that what he has is worthless, but I'm saying the sheer quantity. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have a semi, and that's a pretty big target going down the highway.
That's what I'm saying, and then you would run out of gas too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as soon as you open the back to barter for gas, they're going to take all your stuff.
So you get what I'm saying, right? So that one is ultimately setting up for something of that status. It would be setting up a new city.
See, I'm very blessed in that my stack isn't large enough. I could pretty much throw it all in a backpack.
Yeah. So it's good to have. I
think that's a blessing.
It is good to have a certain, some pieces available. So I do keep some stuff, but the majority of it, like most of the valuable stuff, I don't.
Right, and some of that stuff, and this is where you get into numismatics versus just weight. Some of the really, really, really valuable stuff probably wouldn't be as valuable if everything broke down.
Not in the beginning, but once there's recovery. I make this argument.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone always says, it's not going to be anything. I'm like, well, we went through the Civil War. We went through World War I, World War II, Korea War, a couple of world wars. And ultimately, the numismatics still outperform bullion.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't count, like, nuclear threats from Russia, in the Cold War as a shit hit the fan scenario, then I don't know what else you would, right? What modern scenario would?
No, I don't see it. There, that's I have to completely agree with that. Numismatics, numismatic coins. You go all the way back to Roman times where they weren't even silver or gold, and those coins have numismatic value. So you're right as far as it transcending current events.
I can send you one of those if you want, Zeke.
Roman coin?
Yeah, I got a couple.
My thoughts are an opportunist like Mr. Zeke or GPO, my GPO, he would say, okay, come to Canada, bring your numismatics. I'll give you food and housing, lodging for numismatics.
Oh, hell yeah.
Prices. And once everything, the dust is settled, you go back, and he ends up with the numismatics.
Yep.
I second that for my area here.
That's how it works up here.
Great.
How's it going, Canadian Silver Saver?
Very good. Good to be on live for the first time properly. I tried to join last week. Had way too many technical problems, but we're obviously good now. It's good.
You sound good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Pardon me.
Oh wow, we do have a lot of people outside. What's up, Canadian Silver Stacker? By the way, I really like those beaver bullions. Those are pretty cool. And that hot.
Oh, those beaver bars.
They are cool.
I like mine.
They're Canadian Silver. Siren's asking that you explain about beaver bullion bars.
Please.
Yeah. Basically, the beaver bullion bars are it's a local friend here, John Masterson, makes them. He started with his own company and under his own name. Now he does the beaver bullion prints, but he does some other cool ones. There's a Viking round that he does. They're limited to only 300, but he takes a lot of pride in what he does, and he basically left the corporate world from he was working on Wall Street basically, and this is what he does for a living now, and he's loving his life.
Nice.
What?
That would be a change.
He got away from fiat trading and went into precious metals?
Yep.
Imagine.
Yeah, he still does investments in that. He still does. I'm not super close with her to know exactly what he's doing that way, but he got out of the corporate world, and he said he got his soul back, right? So he's really enjoying his life.
It feels good to have a soul.
I tell you, boys, it's I left the corporate world recently. I'm working from home, and things are just getting started. But I love it right now, and it's a little bit scary sometimes because we're going to be, my wife and I are looking to buy a house soon at the same time. So maybe a little bit daring, but
just send them on over down. Across the border.
No, it's going to be exciting though, guys. It depends on what happens with all this election, though, right? So like we were talking about, I got extra space if anybody wants to come up here for a while.
There you go. Room for rent.
By the way, what's up, guys, on the side chat? Just opened it up, so I do see what he's talking about now. What's up, friend? Eddie Stacking Silver, hi-ho. And hi-ho is correct. He mentioned that newbie customers are dying much faster than they're being born. And gold is for mobile SHTF wealth, and silver is for generational, which summarizes it pretty darn well. The way
you get the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
I disagree. Okay, so the reason that I disagree is because of the size of purchase necessary to make with gold versus fractional silver.
There you go.
I've read a lot of literature on it. Now, mind you, this is all fiction and it's all speculative, but, if all of my SHAT stuff is gold and I want to buy a couple of oranges and a banana, what do I have small enough in gold increments that I can justify, where if I've got a couple of mercury dimes and I can swap them for food for a day, it seems, unless gold rapidly devalues when it hits the fan, I've got an ounce of gold that's $1,300. I have to try and accumulate enough. You have to have enough of what I want for me to let go of that gold.
That's going to be some expensive fruit.
Yep, right.
Well, this is why when I was saying I had a video on it, like normally I do the fractional stuff. But one other thing that I will say is that a lot of people typically use the when it's in gold and SHTF, we're not talking the scenario isn't normally like, what was it, the zombie apocalypse, right? It's not the Walking Dead.
No, I had a medium. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. I had a medium vanilla Dr.
Ordering some. He's deep into thought and ordering lunch at the same time at Jack in the Box.
Is that?
It's Sonic, but close enough.
Sonic. Don't forget their shakes. I hear their shakes are very good.
They're amazing. Most of the books that I have read have been like Alas Babylon and the John Wesley Rawls series. And they focus a lot on preparation for and what John Wesley Rawls refers to as the crunch, basically over a rapid devaluation of currency and then when it hits a certain point, the tipping point, then you have a breakdown of pretty much all social services, because who's going to go to work if the government has no money to pay firefighters or police or, things like that? And when social services break down, that's the final tipping point for society to devolve into, what we fear the most.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Okay.
SHTF, before any of that happens, does that happen overnight or does that take time?
No, it takes, in the fictional world, it happens, it starts real slow, kind of like where we're at now, but then once it reaches a certain point, it accelerates, it gains momentum. So say you start to see the dollar devaluing over the course of a month, where it's slowly losing its weight, against other currencies. But then it hits a certain point where it dumps, and it dumps in a matter of a couple of days. Debts are called in, and now all of a sudden, now we are truly in a Venezuelan type meltdown, or like a Greece type meltdown, and or even a former Soviet Republic type meltdown, where in a matter of a week or 2 weeks it dumps, and we're talking $1.
Let's use that as an example, right?
Okay.
Say, let's use, let's say the former USSR or Greece. If you have a bunch of gold, why don't you purchase a ticket and move to Germany if you got a bunch of gold?
Germany's not letting you in.
Okay, Duck's Butt says, is this what's happening in Venezuela?
It's sort of similar. In Venezuela, it's a little bit different. Basically, they were straight socialists. They killed all their agriculture business for just to focus on oil, exporting oil, and then once the oil crash happened, now they don't have any revenue coming in.
Okay, and
no economy.
Mr. Alfang says a solar flare hits, and it's an overnight. Like, what happens then overnight?
No electronic banking.
Yeah.
Any money you had in the bank is gone.
Yeah, when the power goes, what happens? Like,
well, it depends on which side the solar flare hits.
Well, if it hits North America, we're in the crapper.
Hits the East Coast.
If it hits the East Coast, they're fine. Most of the time, these guys have servers everywhere. It's all about multiple redundancy.
Sure. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Same thing with an EMP attack.
Yep. So what I'm saying is basically when you're saying you're going to use like a portion of a fraction of a piece of silver or gold for a piece of fruit, I'm saying take your 15, 20 ounces, get on a plane, hop over to another country, and they can go to a different country because they are in the EU, and then wait it out.
So how much of that would be practical given how tied in globally the U.S. economy is with the world economy?
Well, at least you could exchange your currency, right? You could.
I got you. Yeah.
You could at least go to switch to something a little bit more stable, and you don't have to use it all the time. You just break it up, right? You just switch it into a euro. But
sure.
Say that doesn't work. Say that doesn't work. It gives you options, right?
Right.
Like, I don't see it collapsing to the point where you know all of a sudden we're going to be bartering with farmers for food.
God, I hope not.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't barter very well.
That's too extreme. Too extreme.
Yeah, that's what the Romans thought.
Well, no, I don't disagree that it can happen, but the how do you say, the time period that it's gonna happen.
When the Visigoths crossed the river overnight, that was ugly.
A friend is true. The only time that this doesn't really
Hi, ho, Silver in the house.
The what?
Hello.
Hey guys,
Oh, hi ho.
go ahead.
I was in the house.
Hey bud.
Yeah, the only time I would say there's a real shit hit the fan SHTF scenario that hits you, impacts you right away is a flood, hurricane, fire, quake, etc. That'll ruin everything and ruin your access. Then you're kind of screwed.
Well, let's just keep our fingers crossed it doesn't happen.
Yeah, if it's super volcano, we have a lot worse problems to think about.
Yeah, when that one in Yellowstone blows up, we're not going to have to worry about it.
Yeah, we won't be able to talk about it on YouTube. That's probably
No, that's for damn sure. Well, that was a buzzkill.
Well, no. This is just one of those discussions because I really don't see SHTF like super bad unless it's like a Katrina type event.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a natural disaster, not something that's man-made.
The key is, I think, to make at least minimal preparations for any number of scenarios. So many stackers, they put all their wealth into one scenario, man. Well, okay, there's a dollar collapse. Okay, well, cover yourself for that. Or maybe digital money, gets at least temporarily disabled. Well, plan for that. But the best thing for a SHTF plan is cash. Good old American dollars. That's what you're going to need in the first couple of days.
Yep.
That's true. Very true.
And then if you're in a city, you got to get to where there's fewer people and more resource availability. So all of this.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I just got home. I've got to check out for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, Zeke.
Yeah. And you got to have enough wealth to buy a vehicle and fuel, or you got to have enough wealth to buy land, or you got to have the land and weapons to protect your silver in the first place. It's all, I mean, if it really gets movie time apocalypse, really what you need is energy and a way to create food and guns to protect yourself from everybody who's not prepared.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Yeah,
otherwise you just
scared of is the people that aren't ready.
Yeah.
Don't
Otherwise, you just got to prepare for what's most likely, which is just interruptions. There's not going to be a collapse. There's going to be interruptions. Wars, people always make money when there's wars. So, there's always going to be opportunities. You just have to be placed in a way that you can have a reasonable chance of accessing them, I think. A big tank of gasoline buried somewhere in the forest is better than about anything if it really got super bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately you got it covered, right? Water, communications, energy, and that's pretty much, and food, right? Once you get that, you can sustain yourself.
And some antibiotics if you can get some.
Yeah, and medicine. So here,
mentioned
I'm going to post a link for Siren to share. It's the CDC for a zombie apocalypse. Because this is what the CDC recommends.
The CDC has recommendations for a zombie apocalypse?
That's correct.
That's Center for Disease Control, am I correct?
And that's right.
Those boys have been watching too much TV.
Well, so the way they look at it is basically a zombie is a catch-all. The zombie apocalypse is a catch-all. If you're ready for an apocalypse, basically they all revolve around the same thing, same necessities.
Man, I hope they tell you not to forget the double tap.
I know, right? That's pretty funny.
Oh, well.
But yeah, half the stuff I couldn't carry anyway. And then I bet you money that half the people out there in YouTube land couldn't carry half their stuff more than 4 miles.
Yep. Let alone have enough to buy a truck.
Exactly.
so you can get even more farther away.
So Silver Siren asks, is anyone going for the new 27 Silver Britannias?
No,
If I can get them for spot.
maybe.
Maybe a gold one. Yeah, I'll check out the gold one.
The only one I'm actually excited and waiting for is the Rwanda hippopotamus to be offered on a deal somewhere.
The Rwanda. That's cool. I never really got too many into that series. I only have a couple of coins from that series.
Even just, the early ones obviously are really expensive, but even just back a couple of years, they've done really well if you get them at a good deal. Like anything cheetah or before, really killer. But even the Impala and the Buffalo, you can still, at least for what I did on them on a deal that Mr. Vegeta shared a while back, I did pretty good on a lot of those. Plus, they're super cool looking. The proofs are real nice. I haven't gotten any of those, but I'd like to maybe.
Yeah, I would like it, but the premiums are a bit out of my range. Like I have found as I've been buying more and more, I'm getting cheaper and cheaper.
Well, there's still less a premium in the current issues than a Panda is. I'll probably wait till I can get them around $26 each.
Yeah, so Silver Siren, you can't have it both ways. Silver Siren is saying she'd love to see them have a gold set, a gold version of the Rwandans.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool. But like, all these other series, they would be killing their own customer base with so many of them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zeke.
I had to say something.
That's right, and we're all better off for it.
Wow.
Well, Silver Fortune, do you think we will ever have a Perth Royal Mint coin without the Queen or any other monarch on the obverse? Yes, once she passes away.
You might be right on that.
Once she passes, it'll move to the next person in line. It'll be a different face.
Yeah, he meant with no monarch.
No.
No monarch.
No, it'll never happen. Not as long as they're not in power, but they're alive. I guess the whole family. It sounded like he was saying, "Will there ever be a coin with no monarch on the obverse?"
Yeah. Silver Siren is saying once China takes over Australia.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah. There's a really good movie. Tomorrow, the day the war began, where China invades Australia. It's on Netflix. Look it up. It's good stuff. I watch way too much TV. But I'm willing to admit it, so.
That's half the problem right there.
Yeah, I'm not blind to it. So, does anybody know about Southeast Refining Incorporated? Because I picked up one of their rounds today, too.
Nope.
I guess in Florida, PCFLA.
Panama City, yep.
Yep, never heard of it.
Huh. Well, there you have it. I was just going through the loot. And what's the deal with Liberia? Liberia, that's one thing I've noticed going through the coins at work is Liberia, I think, has had more presidents on their coins than we have of our own presidents.
Welcome to the Banana Republic.
It's amazing, literally. I mean, I've come across more Liberian coins with American presidents on it. I got one today. It's got George Washington on the front. 1789 to 1797. $20 in Liberia, apparently.
Well, it was formed as a place for American blacks to go.
Huh.
Back in the mid 1800s, 1860 something. So there's a big movement where as a solution it was offered, and even Lincoln was a proponent for a while, that we just let everybody who wants to get on a boat go to this new country.
Go to
So
Liberia.
they're big time into America.
Huh.
Yeah, that's how they started.
See, that's what I love about Hi-Ho. He knows everything.
He pretends to know everything convincingly.
As long as you say it with authority.
Yes.
That's because I'm a teacher, man. That's my job.
See, I wanted to be a teacher. That's what it was all about.
They wouldn't let you bring your firearm, though, huh?
Well, no, they did a psych eval. So instead, they let me in the Army.
Usually have to fail those to become a teacher, I think.
Yeah, I failed because of the drug test.
There's that too.
You're on the list, Zeke.
I'm on many lists.
Yeah.
I started my own list, and I'm on it.
So, question: how many of you have gotten the 10 ounce for spot deal over at JM Bullion already?
Not me. I need to. I'm an idiot for not doing it, but not me.
Oh,
I
you
got
let
it.
pass you by, huh?
Can you only get it once? I got it like 2 months ago.
Well, this is different. This isn't the 10-ounce bar. This is 10 1-ounce rounds.
Huh.
No, it's a 1 10-ounce round, right?
It showed a tube. The picture I saw showed a tube with individual rounds.
Yeah, I saw that. Let's take a look and share that with the folks outside, since it's 1 per household.
I don't think it would commingle with the last offer.
The other ones have. I've been blocked because I already did it, so I don't know.
No, you were blocked because you're Hi-Ho.
That's
That's
true.
right. They know you're gonna melt it.
My horse doesn't clean up after himself.
Oh, that's terrible. You don't
That's
have one of
awful.
those little satchels that it holds behind it?
No, we don't. They only have those in Oklahoma, I think.
No, they do, because they literally have horse-drawn carriages downtown Oklahoma City.
Yep.
It's crazy. I'm like, we've worked this hard to get this advanced, and we're going to have horse-drawn carriages downtown. Outstanding.
So, yep, it looks like it is 10 1-ounce rounds.
So, see, you should be able to do it, Hi-Ho. If you need me to call them and get them straightened out, I won't.
Well, I always try, and if they say no, I'm used to that.
You need to start throwing your weight around. Be like, look, do you know who I am? I'm a very important person. People know me. And drop Ikeo's name.
Nobody knows me.
That's how you do it.
That's the ticket right there.
IKEA's the boss, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm working on it.
That's
Carbon
right.
Fiber. That's his new nickname, Carbon Fiber.
CF. Just call me CF.
CO.
If you're going to go in there, you might as well add an E. But yeah, I like my carbon fiber plate. I've had it forever. It makes great for displays. And for a long time, it was big enough to, I have this on my desk too. I had to take off the
There it is. See, I used to make holsters, and you could get a material called Holstex that looked just in sheets that looked just like carbon fiber. Whoa.
What
That
the
looks
hell?
like some
What is
serious-
that?
Is that a bomb?
It is not a bomb, but it's one of my other old hobbies.
That's RC something, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is. It is.
It is, yeah.
And so, that's why I like carbon fiber and I like titanium.
Oh, magnesium, titanium, and carbon fiber, the holy trinity. So is that a car?
It is. It's a 1/10 scale RC car, Nitro. Has a 2 horsepower motor in there.
It's charged.
I don't need it right now.
So someone was asking about the 10-ounce Canada Great Coigna. Don't people love that? The one that looks like the Canadian ATV series?
I want some once they spot up that spot.
What kind of Canadian silver? I was asking. He has 30 ounces of silver, nothing special. Should he flip it or sell it for gold? I would say. Are those beaver bullion?
Definitely not. Sorry, my mic wasn't working for a minute there, so I thought I'd type. Yeah, I've got I got a good stack, but I've got 30 ounces of just basic Sunshine Mint bars and some basic rounds. And with what's going on down south there, I was considering flipping some of it to just get some gold. Do we think I should be doing that now, or do you think I should wait? What do you guys think? Hold on. I mean, I don't. With the job switch and all that, I got to be a little bit careful what I'm doing with the cash, right? So I got to keep some cash handy too.
Well, if that's the case, then just sell it and keep your cash.
Well, no, I don't need. That's the idea, right? Is that I want to basically take some of that silver that I have and flip it into some gold rather than just spending cash that I have. I just want to get other people's thoughts and if it's a good idea. Should I wait? What do you think?
I'll send you my PO box number, and you can send it to me, and I'll send you some certificates that say you own gold.
Yeah, no thanks. No, I'll pass. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll even send you pictures of the gold.
Oh yeah. That's no.
Nice.
I appreciate the thought.
8.5 by 11 glossies.
Ikeo, are you gonna fire that up?
No. This is actually a reminder of my worst investment ever, because when I was younger, I actually built these things. It was like that hobby, right? You know how they say you always buy stuff and it ends up becoming worthless. So anyway, I spent a crap ton on that little RC car, but at the time I sold some Apple stock to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, and this was in 2003, 2004 when the Apple stock was about $30, and it moved up to $60, and I was like, yes, I doubled up. Sold all of that, bought this, and the equivalent I would have had way more if I just held on to that Apple stock. So now I keep it around as a reminder of when I waste my money on spending stuff. I just look at that and then I lower my head down in shame.
I've got 2 old cell phones on the pouring bench that I look at continuously and think, why the hell did I buy those?
How's it going, Seattle? His microphone's off, I guess.
Yeah, but for a Canadian, I would say just sell it, hold on to cash. If anything, if what speculation says or what the anticipation is.
Okay. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, when I popped up this Google Hangouts, it didn't automatically configure my microphone. It was blank. So I had to add it in the settings. So how's things going, fellas and ladies?
Good.
Anybody check out the 150th anniversary Canadian set. I know that they sent me an email on that. Didn't look too bad.
They're nice. They're really nice.
I was checking it out.
I get an email every second day from Royal Canadian Mint, and they are pumping out toys every day. Color this and color that.
Yeah, they had some new gold-plated, what I would consider to be raised coins with a bear. You see that one with the grizzly bear?
Oh yeah.
And the price is a little too steep.
They're fairly pricey.
Yeah, price is a little steep, but I thought that was rather interesting.
But up here we can get them no tax and free shipping.
Yeah, don't
Seattle,
send them.
do you stack the? I see your icon. Do you stack the painted coins?
I generally buy coins that are colored just due to interest or like. I have I like the colored lunar coins actually better than I like the plain ones. So that's
The only reason I ask is because we've got right now, and I don't know where they came from. They keep buying them when I'm not there, but we've got a whole stack of colored ASEs, American Silver Eagles, that are the red, white, and blue color.
Yeah. I've seen those at coin shows or gun guns. Gun kind of like same thing as a coin show, gun shows.
Yeah, gun shows.
Yeah.
Right. I've never seen them, and we've got two of them in boxes, I guess, from some mint, and then a bunch of them just in airtights. And I didn't know who did that to them. If they came from if they came from the mint that way, or if that was something that a private company was doing, or
private company or individuals. They're electroplating them. What they're doing is they're coloring them. They don't come like that from the mint.
One.
Holographic, I'm not familiar with. I don't think the U.S. Mint. I've never seen the U.S. Mint that I'm aware of ever doing any coloring or any extras to their coins. There, I could be wrong. I've never seen it. Yeah, it's either government or some. Well, a lot of times they'll typically get it from like someone's got a little company set up where they've got maybe a 10-man team, 8 or 10 employees or something that are electroplating and color. I know they do quite a bit of that in Ukraine right now. I know that's going on over there.
They're nicely done. They're just I'm not a huge fan of the ASE, so except for the ones I just got.
I've got some ASCs personally, but I don't. Typically, right now, at the stage I'm at, I'm typically just really buying collector's pieces at the moment. Coins that are rare, right. Something I can hold for the long term and for value. That's kind of where I've kind of angled into for over the last year or so. Bullion.
Did you reach a certain size in your stack when you said, okay, I've got enough bullion, I'm gonna start looking at this other type of silver, or was it just your taste changed a little bit?
Yeah, there's kind of a mixture of both. I mean, I typically, when I started back in 2010, it was kind of just before everything really kind of took off from around about the $18 mark. And I was buying ASCs and, all those older Mexico silver coins, 1980s styles ones that are now selling for like double or triple their price. Those were spot coins at the Seattle West Seattle coin store shop. So I started buying stuff like that, and then went up, sold some, kept some of it, went back down. Still, and those kind of came like my corner piece of what I wanted to have American Silver Eagles. So after that, it was just more or less, I started learning about, of course, the perf mint stuff, but I still wasn't sold on it. I remember, people were spending $100 on those Tigers, the 2007, 2010 flip ones.
Yeah.
I remember when those were like, they were running around about the $60, $70 mark. But when prices went up pretty high, they were close to 100. So I started getting, reading, getting interested in those, and then it just progressed for me. Once you hit your target, you set yourself a goal, saying, okay, well, if things go bad or if this happens or that happens, how much do I need? And then you kind of set a mark for yourself. Once you kind of got enough bullion, I mean, if you get 4,000 or 5,000 ounces of Western, personally, for me, that's too much of just
Holy
regular
crap.
bullion coin. That would be too much, personally, for me, myself, and I. Once you get around about 1,000, I would say, as far as I would say personally, for your own goals. I mean, everybody has their own set of goals. I mean, I looked at it. I got into silver bullion because of I started doing the numbers myself. What was going on around here, and I know it's all fabricated. I know it's all BS, and it's just a mind job right now. With the economy and everything we're doing. That's how I got into it. I can't speak for anybody else. So I set a certain percentage of things in the silver, gold. And at first it was 90% silver and gold and 10% cash. And as time went on, I've learned to divide it and moving into, okay, how much bullion can you realistically lug out of here?
Right.
And then a portion of it went into guns and bullets and stuff like that. And then you go, well, how much realistically can I lug at, lug around on it? So you kind of divide that up, maybe sell some of that off. And then it went into some food preps and stuff like that. And, I've kind of.
Yeah, you talk about lugging ammo, man. Most people don't realize how much ammo weighs.
Yeah, they have no clue. I mean, once you've got stacks of this stuff, I'm telling you, once you, like I said, you put down you grab 2 monster boxes of American Eagles and try to lug that around. Good look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, our basic loadout when I was in our basic loadout was 10 magazines, 10 30-round magazines.
Yep.
And a few other things on our chest rigs. And I got to tell you, dude, you don't want to move long distances with just 10 magazines. And, I get people come in and they'll buy, 5 or 6 bulk boxes of 5.56 ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you're not getting anywhere with that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you'll find reasons, I mean, like I said, you buy a couple thousand rounds of 7.62 by 39 and think about, lugging that around. Then
I've
you
got that much in a bag, and it's like I wouldn't want to hump this around all day long every day.
Yeah, so there's practical lessons, and like I said, it's just a transformation and evolution, and then you start to figure out, okay, well, I want this, I want that. Some people are transforming, will convert to gold. I'm actually waiting until the right ratio comes up, where I'll convert over a good percentage of the bullion to gold, because to me that's easier to lug around. So and then you start looking at things like, okay, well, how about collector's pieces, things I could just keep around, and if things don't go bad or whatever, whatever happens, you start finding things you like and things you don't like, and that's what I started doing. So I've actually diversified. I've over the last 6 years, I've learned to completely, from the first 2 years where I was 90% metals to now I'm about a quarter here, a quarter there, a quarter bullion, quarter cash, quarter food and drink, and a quarter ammos and guns. I've kind of evolved it.
Yeah.
And then I just collector's pieces. That's where I'm at.
The food side is the side that I think I'm the weakest on. I've always had the mentality that you know, and it sounds horrible, but if you've got it and I don't, I'm just going to take it.
No. There's a lot of people with that mentality, and you're not alone. There's quite a bit. And I remember 2.5 years ago, I started asking people around. I mean, back 2 years ago, I really started asking people. They said, "Oh, something happens, man. I'm just gonna grab my gun and go take from someone else." You know.
You better be quick with the steel if you got that game plan.
There's a lot of people out there with that mentality. I'm dead serious.
I know.
If it goes bad here, it's going to go bad quick. It will happen quickly. That won't happen slowly. It'll happen quickly. There'll be a lot of people stacked up real quick.
Well, it's just like what happened in New Orleans. I mean, all hell broke loose, quick.
Yep. That won't happen slowly. It just won't. It'll happen quick. When it gets to stacking bodies, it happens quick. In a tipping point. Yeah, when the tipping point hits, it happens quick. It won't happen slowly. Whoever makes it through the first few months of it, they've got a shot.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way that'll pan out.
You got to figure about the break.
If you use Katrina as an example, so many people could have left first when they were being evacuated.
They had the warning signs. They got told. They just wouldn't leave.
Exactly, and then it turns into immediate problems.
So you get the chance to bug out, you bug out. That's the moral of the story.
Correct.
Yeah, but where do you go?
Well,
as far away from a heavily populated area as possible. I'm going to the bunker.
So my GPO's good.
So I just have to go outside?
There's a bunker somewhere in the Pacific Northwest I'm headed to.
Highly booby trapped.
Me personally, me and 6 other veterans, we ain't going anywhere. We've already,
What Silver Siren says, city under sea level isn't generally a good idea.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So Seattle, you've already got your fire team put together, huh?
Okay, I got a lot of maple syrup.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We're bugging in. We ain't bugging out. In a crisis situation like that, skilled people are your best assets.
Exactly. Skills. So
Got to have your medic.
I was a hospital corpsman.
There you go.
And I'm actually in school, in medical school right now. Well, not exactly doctor school, but nursing school. So.
Yep, my wife's a nurse. I got that covered.
Yep.
Critical care nurse at that.
I went to Kosovo.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Oh, so what are we looking at there, Ikeo? What's that bar? Is that a 10-ounce bar? Is he there? I'm sorry, carbon fiber. Is that a 10-ounce bar?
It looks like gold. Looks like gold.
I see the gold.
Eagles.
I just wonder what that big flat bar was.
I see 2 wedge-tail eagles. Looks like a 1-ounce silver bar.
Yeah, sorry about that. Stepped away for a second.
Okay, you have to explain what you got.
This is the, oops. What is it? 1-ounce Johnson Matthey for all you JM fans. The Bankers Limited.
All right, I won.
With,
that's gorgeous.
I was coming in.
M cereal. Apparently, these things are fairly rare.
I know somebody that's got one.
Yeah. Then that's pretty good. The 100 grammars go for crazy money. This one I'm actually looking forward to for the 2017s.
So that's current. That 2017.
This is a 2016.
Okay. I got you. I think there's a delay. You're talking about the coin. I was talking about the bar.
Oh, the bar? The bar. This one's pretty old.
Yeah, I was like a 2017 Johnson Matthey.
Yeah. Sorry, there is a little bit of a delay. Yeah, this one is actually what inspired the cubes.
I can see that.
Because there's a 100 gram version, and then there's these 1 ounce versions, and they were made for the Bankers Limited group.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, there is just something so sexy about a 100-gram silver bar.
Right?
It's so cool. I don't know what it is. It's like I started picking up 5-ounce silver bars, and I love just the dimensions of them.
Yeah, Silver Hustlin's good. He's got his compound of out in the woods for if there's a SHTF where nobody can find him.
Yeah, I wouldn't tussle with him, dude. I've listened to him talk.
I know. I've seen him handle an axe. That's okay.
Yeah,
He's got Sal for a backer too.
Yeah, I want him on my team.
I would definitely want to stay at least at a minimum 400 meters away from his place.
Or have an invitation.
Or exactly.
That would work much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like, I was telling you, I don't keep a lot of stuff around, but I do keep some fractionals.
That right there, it gets you quite a ways.
Yeah, just in case, right?
One of them gold coins that buy you a car.
I don't know, man. Do you think so?
Yeah, if it hit the fan and somebody's got an old car and it's got a tank of gas, but they're determined to bunker down, yeah, that gold coin will get you a car.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
If they're
I
not
forget
going
you're in
anywhere,
Oklahoma, where I'm at, everyone's gonna want to leave.
yeah.
Oops. So this was 1/10 ounce to 1/10 ounce. Is the size different? There's a size difference between the elephant and the chicken. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
It looks bigger than a 1/10 ounce.
It looks like a 1/4 ounce.
It does, doesn't it? It's the same size as the Canadian quarter.
Is it thinner?
It's totally thinner, but you can't tell because it's in the plastic.
Yeah. Very nice. I still held on to a dozen of those. I held on to a dozen of those Helveticas.
So Helveticas.
The 20 franc gold Helveticas or
I've
Helvetias.
never held one of those. What about them?
Oh, I liquidated some of my gold not too long ago. I got rid of all those 20th ounce pandas. They annoyed me. They're so tiny. They just, every time I looked at them, I got frustrated. And so I traded my boss at work for a bunch of silver, but I couldn't part with my Indian. I couldn't part with my $2.50 Indian. I couldn't part with the any of the Helveticas or the Helvetias, the 20 francs. And there was one more. Oh, my 10th ounce eagle. I couldn't part with those, but the pandas had to go.
It's not the size that matters, right?
That's what I heard.
It's the demand.
I thought it was the purity. Oh, thank you, Hustling. We all have mountain passports.
Right on, mountain passports. I just have to get over to that side of the continent.
You strike me as the kind of guy who would have a helicopter pilot's license for some reason.
My buddy does. I don't.
See, there you go. You hook up with your buddy, steal a helicopter, and you're in the mountains.
Yeah. No, I'm afraid of heights. I just did that parasailing when I was in Hawaii, and I nearly hurled.
Dude, I'm afraid of heights, and I was a paratrooper.
if shit hits the fan, Zeke, you don't need a helicopter pilot's license.
That's very true. You just need to know how to work the stick.
That's right. You just need a pilot.
You just need to collect it. You just need how to work the rudders and the collective.
That's it.
I might have logged a few hours in a rotorcraft.
And a gun to steal a helicopter.
Yep.
Yeah, the only thing that's worth more than these little guys is maybe, this.
Oh,
Bam.
please let it be a cube. A gold IKEA cube.
No, it's an emergency book.
Oh.
It's actually it was the manual for my training for my EMT class.
At first, I just saw the online access code, and I thought, if it hits the fan, that's funny because I actually bought the Kindle version of a survival manual one time just for the sheer irony of it.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
Yeah, exactly. I bought it just for the irony.
Gotcha.
Just make sure your laptop's charged up.
Well, I mean, the Kindles, they last forever.
Yeah, I heard about that, right? What, 30 days, like a month or something?
It's insane. I'll leave it on the nightstand, forget it's there, come back a month later, open it up, and it's still got battery power. But I'm thinking, you know, like the Book of Eli, you know, just go town to town and have them recharge it with a battery, a car battery.
Yeah, like I figured the skills would be the ones to have. Everyone's got to have some sort of skill to contribute.
Yeah, except politicians. Oh, I said that out loud. Sorry. Oh, a friend. I like it. Equipment check. Sound off. It's a paratrooper thing.
All right, later's steady stacking. Check equipment. And that's a paratrooper thing? You were a paratrooper?
Yeah, that was one of the commands on the plane. Sound off for equipment check. Okay. You checked the buddy in front of his equipment.
Ah, gotcha.
You checked his parachute, and you had to sound off, and then the guy at the very front of the stick puts his hand in the jump master's face and says, "All okay, jump master." I tell you what, man, as a paratrooper, you got a lot of faith in your buddies.
That's surprising, considering you're jumping by yourself.
You are, but I mean, it's the guy next to you who's checking your equipment, and you're checking the guy next to you's equipment. So,
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights. I
yeah,
can't stand it.
it's not the heights, dude. It's the sudden stop at the bottom.
I went skydiving for my 50th birthday, IKEA.
Oh, wow.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing like jumping out of an airplane and looking up and thinking, oh, crap, I did it now.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can't climb back in.
No, once they're out of arm's reach, that's kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you're basically in the middle of it at that point.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, though. It took about 2 weeks to get the smile off my face.
It's a rush, that's for sure.
Big time.
You gotta have a screw half loose to begin with, though.
That's okay. That just tightens them up. Among other things.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah. I've never done any free fall. Mine were all static line jumps, but you know, that plane's going 300 miles an hour and they open that door and expect you to just step out into open space.
Yeah.
There's something not right about that.
Well, there is wind resistance is a big thing too, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. I got some stuff I got to take care of.
All right, Mr. Zeke.
Okay,
I
I will
appreciate
be
you.
talking to you, sir.
Oh man, it's always great talking to you guys. I look forward to this every week. I appreciate it. I appreciate Silver Siren putting it on. So
Oh yeah.
I will. I'll still be kind of monitoring from time to time the chat, but I can't stay on. So everybody have a wonderful weekend and hold your breath for Tuesday, and we'll probably, hopefully, somebody will have a chat or something come Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, Laney was talking about having one on Thursday again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, that'd be neat.
Yep, they're always fun.
So, all right, guys, take care.
Okay, Zeke, behave.
I'll try. No promises.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Now that he's gone,
Canadian Silver Saber still here?
he is.
Yeah, I'm here, gentlemen. I'm listening and working away at the same time. I'm enjoying the conversation. He's a great guy.
Yeah, so the next thing on Silver Siren's agenda, any deals? Are there any deals to be had right now? Do you guys see any deals?
Well, it's no secret I'm not a stacker, so.
Probably
Yeah,
nothing I can.
Pardon?
I said probably nothing I can help with. All mine's going to be Canadian sites. There's some stuff on Silver Global with free shipping, but I think Golden Arms mentioned that and did a shout out on it. So nothing else I've seen recently.
I did get a deal on this, Ikeo.
What is that?
That is a 1936 George V Canadian silver dollar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool.
It is. It's a beauty. Sorry I can't hold it still. That's my bad hand.
That's okay.
It is what it is. It just moves.
Yeah, mine is from carpal tunnel.
Oh,
I feel you, man.
mine is from a stroke.
You win.
No. It is what it is. That's okay. But I did pick up, I don't know if Frank P was mentioning, oh crap, I don't know what I did there.
And don't show that. Hidden Numismatist doesn't want you to show that piece again because he doesn't have it.
Ah, I ain't got one of those. I don't know what I did to my my feed here. Oh, there it is. Okay. There.
Okay, so Barrison is asking, please answer this question for me. Why are the gold kangaroos smaller diameter but appear the same thickness as the 1/10 lunar series? Yeah, and actually, Barrison, that's actually what we were saying with these Wishtail eagles. I actually don't think these. I think these are smaller than the lunars. These capsules feel smaller than the lunar capsules. So I think it's just the lunars are a specific size.
Gentlemen, I have to go and get dinner ready with my wife here. She's on her way home. It's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you all next week. Hopefully, I'll be a little more chatty next week. But thanks for having me.
All right, bud. Take it easy.
Take care, man.
Thank you. Take care. I'll be monitoring, but I won't be able to chat. Maybe I'll type in once in a while. But thanks. Take care, everybody.
All right.
All right, later.
That's a nice looking coin, Seattle.
That is a nice looking coin. It's a Canadian moose elk.
Elk, yeah, that's what the 100 for 100 series.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer up here. Like I can go right to the mint and pick that up, and there's no tax, no nothing. $100.
So why is that? Because it's $100 regardless.
Yep, there's no for me anyway. There's no tax, no shipping, no nothing. Just $100.
And you can get that from the bank?
No, right from the mint.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a Royal Canadian Mint in Winnipeg, and I can just go right there and pick those 20 for 20, 25, 25, 50 for 50, all those.
Nice.
Pick them right up at the mint. No premium on them.
Yeah.
But they gain value, right?
Pardon me?
Do these gain value? These
Well,
hundred-
I've got all 9 personally.
I bet you paid more than $100 for that though, too, eh? Well, no, you paid American dollars for it.
Yeah, I pay American, so my cost is
Less.
cheaper than the Canadian value. That one was $77.20, and the shipping's included with it. American dollars.
Change that to Canadian, you just add 30%.
Yeah. So I kind of brought it when it was a little bit higher, fluctuating throughout throughout the day. The next day you could have got it for closer to, I think it was like $71 and some change. So, but to me, it's just a few bucks. It wasn't a big deal because I actually have all 9. And I've got a video, a playlist now that's got all 9 of these coins added on my channel.
I watched that. It was very nice.
Yep. And I mean, I like the design on it. It looks really good.
It does look exceptionally good.
Yeah.
Do these not spot?
What was that?
Do these not spot?
No.
No, they don't. Awesome.
No. These are their specimen coins.
The ones they take care of?
Yeah. Someone's going over each and every, review. Quality controllers at every step of the process. So if you buy the specimen coins, you don't have to worry about that. Anything that's a high-end coin, a proof or premium type of coin at the Canadian Mint, you don't have to worry about that. It's only the bullion coins you have to. Yeah, you have to worry about that.
And believe it or not, that one is not considered bullion.
Nope.
You can take that to the bank.
This one you can take.
Yeah. Yeah, you can take that to the bank and they'll give you $100 for it.
Yep. No questions asked. In the beginning, when it was new, I remember people saying, "No, it's not possible." And I was telling people back in 2013, yes, it is possible. But it just took a few years for the word to get passed down to all the Canadian banks and everything like that. It just takes a little time.
But yeah, they are legal tender.
Yep. So this is as good as, and I keep these because they fit they serve two purposes. They actually serve the purpose of being a collector's coins. And then if I ever went into Canada with them and I needed to exchange them, I could as well. It just works out.
Yep.
So do these costs, like you're in the U.S., right, Seattle?
Correct.
Do these cost how much does it cost to get them to the U.S.?
It didn't cost me anything.
They ship for free to the U.S. IKEA.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are coins that you would consider worth purchasing? Because it's pretty much you're buying the currency, right? It's just an exchange.
Yeah, it's just a currency exchange. That's all it is.
I love them because for me, it's a good way to save $20, $50, $100.
Yep. This is a a trifecta coin for me. It's a currency exchange. It's a collector's deal, and it's a it's a silver deal. It covers all three. It's a trifecta.
I gotcha.
And
yeah, because it does look really good. I like all the difference and variety of the design.
yeah, and there's no milk stage or anything. It's a real good coin. It's designed exceptionally well. There's no problems with it whatsoever. I've been buying these since 2013. Never had any problems with them. None. Zero. Other than the smudge on the lenses from my fingers.
So we got a couple of questions on the outside. First one is, we had Dutch butt shipped for $100 elk brown to the U.S., which you answered. But the rumor is, if Trump wins, gold will spike, and if Hillary wins, price will stay stable or drop, since the market has priced in a Hillary win. What does everyone think about that? True or BS?
I've got to answer that question. I'll answer it, then I'll give and I'll give my opinion on what I think is going to happen. If Trump wins, yeah, it's going to spike because he's definitely said that he's going to work around the farm, where all the central banks are tied into each other, and that's just not the way things are working on the global stage right now. It's gonna crash the market too if he wins. That's what I suspect is gonna happen, because it would signal to other countries and their central banks that the cooperation that's been going on for the last 20 plus years is coming to an end or a slowdown. So that's number one. If Clinton wins, it's just the same. They go on about business as usual. They'll keep printing and yada yada yada. Now, as far as on the gold side with Clinton, if Clinton wins, though, she's got a First Lady coin that's coming out, and I would suggest if she does win, people should have already been keeping their powder dry, because when that coin comes out, there's only 15,000 of the proofs, 15,000 of the bullions. If you get those struck and graded, you get some of those and get them graded, they're gonna sell. They're gonna sell for high premiums. I'm talking if you can get if you can get 5 or 6 of them, you put down about $6,000 and you get them graded, you'll be able to easily sell 3 of them and pay for the 6 you brought, is my guess. First lady president, with those coins will easily sell for 2,000 plus. Won't be a problem. They're gonna sell out. The other thing is that as far as the election, I think most people will know pretty quick how it's going to go. This isn't going to be a guessing game. Once the East Coast polls close, Pennsylvania and Virginia is going to tell a lot. Those are states that one of them has to be a must-win for Trump. In my opinion, he's got to score somewhere in there. If not, I don't think he's got a good chance of picking up Michigan. I just don't see that happening. I don't see Wisconsin happening. He hasn't spent much time there, but he's been betting on Pennsylvania and Michigan. He's got to pick up Pennsylvania preferably. But if he doesn't, then you move on to the Central Standard Time. If he doesn't pick up Michigan, it's over. I think that's really what it's going to come down to. He can pick up Florida, Ohio. I've been playing with that map so much, just looking at all the possibilities and and running some statistics. The statistics training I learned in school. He's got to take a state. It isn't. He's got to take some traditional states over that's been Democrat for the last 8 to 12 years. He's got to break that trend. So, of course, he's the underdog in it, but I hope he does. I hope he can break one. But we'll all see. The results of that's going to come out. But if he can split, maybe if he can take away Michigan, if he can do that and get a squeaker in there and don't lose and hold Florida and Ohio, I think he's got a chance. Then it'll come down to Nevada. It'll come down to Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico's going to go Democrat as usual. But some people don't know that. But we'll see. And it's going to be a biter. I think it's going to be close. Personally, I don't think it's going to be a blowout at all. I think you're going to see somebody squeak over the finish line by 279 or someone's. I think that's what you're going to see. I think it'll all come down to the West Coast polls closing and the races being called there before you'll know. Just my personal take on it.
If it's not a nail biter, the media have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, if it's not a nail biter and she picks up, she was to pick up all those, pick up Pennsylvania, Virginia, and North Carolina, then it's over. I would say it's going to be a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Then, yeah, if she picks up those with North Carolina, it's going to be a blowout. There ain't no question. At that point, it's over. You ain't have to watch the rest of them because the West Coast is going to fall in line. They fall in line. They going to fall in line like you wouldn't believe. That's just the way it works. Out here on the West Coast, everybody gets in line. They've been well trained for many, many years. Their project's been going on for 20 years. It ain't gonna, 20, 30 years. It ain't gonna change. The indoctrination begins at the school level. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't gonna change. You don't change that overnight. You don't change that in 4 years or 8 years. It takes 15 to 20 to begin to crack it. And ain't nobody started, so it ain't happening. That's just the way things work. So we'll see. But as far as the gold and silver play is, if she wins, I would be looking to buy those gold, and I'd be looking to buy those Hillary Clinton coins.
Where did you see those? I haven't seen them.
The First Lady coins?
Oh, her First Lady coins?
Yeah, her First Lady coin is going to be big if she wins. Period. That's just going to be huge. It just will. I think a lot of people are asleep on it, but I've mentioned this before. It wasn't, in the middle of a conversation, but I don't think, it kind of settled in because, it was about a year ago or so, and people were still trying to, wrap their head around the idea that, she could possibly win. But as the closer we get, I bring it up again because it's an opportunity for you to make some moves and make some investments if you so choose to actually, if that becomes a possibility, it will be an opportunity to actually do something. I mean, make a quick $5,000 to $10,000 move. Moves like that in a short period of time just doesn't happen every day. At least in my world.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have no idea where what year her First Lady one came out. Do you know?
Oh, it's going to come out. It's like the stars are aligning in my head, but everybody else, they just released the First Lady for Nancy Reagan and the first Bush. The next ones to be released at the beginning, I think in March of next year, will be Bush Senior. Will be the Bush. Will be the Bush Senior and the Bush Junior and Clinton. Those three are the next.
So let me ask you, if Hillary does get into office, do you think Bill Clinton will be the next one up?
In
the first spouses?
You know what? that would actually have to play out later on in the year. You can see them both. It's not. It's a first spouse coin. So he would definitely be in line for it.
Right?
See, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah. He would definitely come out as well in 2017. He would have to. That'd be a twofer. Which one's gonna be more popular?
I know, right? That would be funny. I know, yeah. So Silver Siren getting a little bit edgy there, saying gonna have a Caitlyn coin.
Caitlyn, my name, Kate.
By the way, we have a guest appearance by Frank P. Numismetals. What's up, YouTubians? He's back at it. He is nice and into it. Back in the YouTube world. Saw his last video. He's got his insurance all squared up. Feeling better. Welcome back.
Frank P.
He was just in the chat side on Keo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, I don't. Barrison is asking, one dude has both Roos and Lunars on cam. Can we look at those, please? I do not have the Lunars on hand or a Roo. I never really got into the Roos, but I did pick up these Eagles because the Wedgetails because they were for spot, so cheaper than the Roos. Even these I got for 120 each for the elephants. Let's see. So now my goal has been to pay the lowest premium possible, and my thoughts are on Trump Clinton is we'll have to wait until Tuesday or Wednesday to see what ends up happening. Wow. Silver Siren, did you let your eBay bucks expire? I never let it expire. Of course not. I was trying not to, but oh yeah. I didn't buy anything either. Great. No, what was it? Eight times. Yeah, I'm just holding off. I cannot buy anything until this election is over and we see what happens with the rates. Ultimately, if there's a spike on Wednesday, it's going to be negated by the rate hike in December, and then negated again once we actually do the swearing in January. So to make a call right now over the next 2 months is going to be pretty hard to call.
Let me ask you something. Do you guys stand in line to vote?
No, I already mailed mine in with absentee.
Oh, okay. All right.
And plus, my polling station is right down the block.
I was just wondering that every year they show people standing in those long lines, and it just shake my head.
Well, from what I heard, or my understanding is they've reduced the funding for the polling stations, so there's fewer polling stations to go to.
And what state is this?
Just all around the place.
Oh, no. Washington State has been a mail-in. 90% of voting is done in mail-ins here.
But you have to register for that.
No, you just, when you register to vote, you put your address down, your ballot comes in the mail serialized. And it's got three envelopes in it. The opening envelope, your ballot sealed envelope, and the mail-in ballot. Either you can mail it in, or you just take it down there to the the election, one of the election centers and drop it in the box. It's like a big post office box, but it's green.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one stands in lines out here, man.
No one's here. No one here as well. But this is just what I heard. They're just reducing the numbers.
Yeah,
so wherever there are lines, so, most likely they cut down where the polling stations are.
If they cut down the polling stations, then they should be doing a lot more mail-in. I would think. I think they're probably gearing you guys up for it. I remember my parents talking about that. I mean, mail-in ballots is just the way things have been done here for a very, very long time.
Yeah. Most of my elections have all been through the mail.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're saying on the outside, our popular vote doesn't really count as much as the electoral vote.
Yeah. I was just wondering because I see on CNN, they'll show on CNN all these people standing in line, and I go, "What in the world are these people doing?" You know what I mean? It just
Well, just keep in mind we're more we're tech savvy than most because we are online on a live chat, right? Most people don't do this sort of thing.
oh, okay.
Whenever they talk about elections in Canada, to anything on the media, they always show people lined up at the polls.
Yeah.
And I have never lined up to vote in my life.
Yeah.
You just go in and then vote and then leave.
Go and vote, and that's it. You're done. You're in and out. They have big, long lineups, maybe out in hillbilly North Carolina somewhere where they got one person voting and 300 people, and you got an hour to do it.
That's crazy. That makes absolutely no sense to be standing in a line in the year 2016 to vote.
No.
That's absurd. That is absurd. In one man's opinion, that is absurd. With the spy state we got here, they can figure out easily who can vote in what's name. Now I think now I'm going to give you my personal assessment of that. It's to keep down the idiot vote. You know what I mean? It's really to shut out other people. There's no reason for it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. It's all done through the DMV. You register to vote through the DMV. There's a database there. They can pull up your picture with your name in seconds with the databases, with the government databases they got set up, and they share the data. I'm talking about in seconds. Just type your name in, your date of birth, and everybody with that name and date of birth will pop up right there on that screen. You click on it, it enlarges, and they print it out. That's the reason why all the photos went digital in the last 20 years.
You sound like there's some conspiracy theory.
Well, no, there's no conspiracy theory there. What I'm saying is for the integrity of the vote, because it has your social security number and everything attached to it. There's the integrity of the vote isn't jeopardized by that. You just send, like in Washington State, they send your ballot, that Scantron thing on the side is the serialized number for your vote, and it's tied to you.
Ikeo, you're not getting off of that list.
I'm on the list regardless.
Oh yeah, you're on the list.
I already know it.
Well, Washington State's pretty bad. They've got all types of, scan, those boxes around reading your phones all over the dang, all over the state. Just steals your data right off your phone, and it goes to the Threat Fusion Center in Bellingham. Now that does go on. That's not a conspiracy. It used to be a conspiracy to say that, but now it's just fact. The Stingray devices, and they took them down. They make no apologies about it. They said, no, it's just there. It's there for security now.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm on that list because I already have a record. So regardless, if my name comes up, I got a whole lot, a list of stuff.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways, guys, I got to go run. It's been fun. I'm going to take off now. So
all right, take care.
Talking and chatting with you guys. I'll see you next time.
All right, Ikeo, stay easy.
All right, later.
Looks like it's me and you, Seattle.
Yes, sir. It looks like we're the last two standing. Three. The last three.
And Siren says, say bye, please.
Thank you all for coming out. We're gonna go ahead and shut this one down. Take her easy and happy stacking.
All right. Take it easy, Siren. Take it easy, Seattle. A Friend, Collector for Life, A.G. Ender, Ronnie Anderson, Mr. Ofang. Later, folks.